everyone, and welcome to Southpaw Saturday. This week is just a pretty quick video on definitions and things, and I found my cat ears while I was packing, so shout out to Jai there, because I'm really inspired by your cat ears, and you're much cuter with yours, and because these are kind of cheap looking. One day I'll have better cat ears, because you inspire me to wear more cat ears. Yes, I am going to be away next week for the anniversary of the 1 year anniversary of Hot Pieces of Ace. Actually, I know, can you believe it's been a year that you've been watching us? But I will be back on Sunday, and so we'll have a special edition of Southpaw Sunday. So I hope you're excited, and here's this video, real quick. So the main crux of the issue is sort of the difference between sex negative and sex repulsed, and that sort of thing. Like, people in the ace community are generally considered either, no, I know, it's terribly binary, but either sex repulsed or sex indifferent. And indifferent is kind of like, oh, well, you know, I could or I couldn't, it doesn't really make a difference, you know, sex isn't really that big a deal. And repulsed is like, you know, no, not really into that. I guess for me, I'm not like, ew, people are talking about sex, how gross, but I wouldn't want to have it, so I guess that makes me repulsed. I mean, I feel like I'm somewhere in between the two, but of course everything is on a spectrum. But the difference, of course, between sex repulsed and sex negative, as you all know, sex positive is that attitude of, you know, sex can be a good thing between people, you know, it's a positive thing. Maybe we personally don't want to have it, maybe we do, but it's generally like holding a positive attitude towards it. Whereas the negative view, being sex negative, is kind of saying like, oh, it's a bad thing, it's dirty, it's, you know, it's impure, it's gross. It's kind of, and that's different than sex repulsed, because repulsed is saying like, oh, I don't want to do that, I think it's gross, but not that it's bad for other people to have. Like, you can be both repulsed, saying, you know, I don't want that, icky, and still be sex positive, as in saying, you know, but it could be a beautiful thing for other people. You know, the two views you don't necessarily have to have a negative view and a repulsed view, you know? So, because I think, I don't know, having a sex negative view, that's kind of, I know some people in the community do have that view, but I just think, like, you know, it can be a really beautiful thing for people. You know, just because it's not what I want doesn't mean that I don't think it can be a way for some people to really, you know, display their affection for one another. So that's why I hold sex positive views. Positive views. That's right. I can pronounce things. Even though I'm semi-repulsed-ish. All that stuff. So, any more definitions? Also, very quickly, attraction versus desire. You should watch, Elle on the Dapper Ace has a really good video about this, describing sort of sexual attraction from a sexual's point of view. And, but really, I know people get these terms mixed up all the time, and I think I've mentioned it before, but if not, I will now. Desire is sort of having, you know, having a libido, having, you know, having that sort of feelings down there, having those sexual feelings, and, you know, people could get rid of that by, you know, masturbating and things like that. Whereas sexual attraction is actually, you know, looking at someone and saying, I'd tap that. See, so there's a difference. You know, one is just having feelings and they don't necessarily relate to another person, but sexual attraction is, you know, taking those feelings, if you have them, and, you know, connecting them with other people. So that's why, you know, some asexuals do have sex, because they have a desire for it, but they don't necessarily feel that sexual attraction for the other person. So there you go. If you disagree with any of my definitions, I would like to hear about it. And if you have your own definitions or any stories involving any of these terms or things, how you identify, put that all down there. And I will see you after my vacation. Take care, everyone, and I'll miss you all.